No, it's rolling.
We're rolling, we're live. We're on the line. We're on the line out here, brother. What you got out here?
The IDSR
Microfibril cloth. Got that vision going, that 2020 vision. New year, new goggles, new you. Love that.
I'm old now.
Hey. How's it going out here, guys? Nice set of TriFrost Warriors right here.
Oh wow, dude.
Dude, that camera on camera action.
Your lens is dirty, bud.
You're dirty, bud.
I can smell the flowers when they couldn't bloom.
TriFrost in
I
five!
can smell the flowers when they couldn't bloom.
Go, go, go!
Yeah, I can smell the flowers when they couldn't bloom.
Barnes makes a huge move. Capitalizes on it with the kill. Big kill too. That's Dab City Dabster, Todd Garcia, former Triforce champion. Another Triforce champion right there. Leon One trying to match the move. Tries to take more. Take another move over here. Samuel's team behind him. Rip that gun, Bo. The Barnes doesn't seem to be aware that Leon once has died.
Something gotta give, guys got it out for me. With another line to do. I could smell the flowers when they do. I could smell the flowers when they couldn't bloom. Yeah, I could smell the flowers when they couldn't bloom.
TriFrost Warriors.
I could smell the flowers when they couldn't bloom.
Randall Barnes. How do you feel there?
Pretty good on the crawl.
Yeah?
You know, making it happen, doing that sneaky shit.
What was your inspiration for such a creative center play?
The alchemical earthworm, you know, it takes the soil that's dead, compost, and it turns it into this rich, life-bearing substance.
And that's what that play was?
That's what that was.
Substance?
Yeah, baby. That alchemical earthworm gets you some.
Oh yeah, holiday. Oh. Here we got some other TriFrost Warriors.
One way or another, so I just lean out and I'm just getting fucked up from both. They're like, Cal, I'm getting fucked up, dude, let me out. And I'm like, the whole fucking time, dude.
Very interesting. Is that what was going through your head?
Yeah, the whole fucking time, yeah. Okay. Triangles, man.
What was going through your head knowing you had to deal with the creative mastermind of Randall Barnes on the other side?
Ask me what was going through my head one more time, maybe.
All right. Well, what was going through your head? What's it like out there,
A
man?
lot of paintballs were going through my head, I'll tell you that.
I've never been a part of a walk-off interview before. How you doing today, Ryan Dunleavy?
Pretty good. Pretty
How
good.
was that match for you, brother?
Not very good. Not very good.
Yeah. What was going through your mind?
All right, so we're gonna rewind back and we're gonna go back to like 2003 when we all started. 2002, 2003. We all grew up playing at the Oklahoma Indoor in downtown Oklahoma City. It was on 7th and Robinson. It was super sketchy. Bums got stabbed in the parking lot. It was indoor on like hard, paint-soaked dirt. And we all learned from Mike Chitwood. So Mike Chitwood, he goes back. He won, I think, novice 5-man World Cup in 1999 with Team Energy. Oklahoma on the board. What's up? Then Chitwood, he was around, then he opened the indoor, and then he opened, well, I guess he came out here to Paintball Club of Choctaw and ran this place for a little bit.
After the indoor shutdown.
After the indoor, yeah, the indoor shutdown, then he came out here. But, so we're all learned from the same guy. We all have sort of similar playing styles. We have different styles, but you can see the like core fundamentals that we all have.
Mentality.
Yeah, the mentality, I guess. It's like this aggressive, controlled, finesse sort of game, you know? Gun skills were necessary. We were losing 3-on-1s to Mike Chitwood with a pump, answering the phone like regularly. It was embarrassing, but we were like 13 or 14.
To give you an idea of like Mike Chitwood and how he taught you to play paintball, the first 2 years that I played with that guy at his indoor, I was there Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday, 4 days a week. My parents would drop me off, and I would work at the paintball field and help him with groups. And then when it was slow, him and I would play against each other one-on-ones.
Yeah,
Those first 2 years of my paintball career, he didn't allow me to put a loader on my gun.
Yeah, no loader.
Like, we literally wore hoodies inside the paintball field.
Yeah.
And your hoodie pocket had like 15 to 20 paintballs in it. And that's how we played one-on-ones against each other.
Yeah. So we did something similar too. We did have loaders because we were playing tournaments, and I don't think you had been on a team yet.
Right.
You were just at the field. You're like the field rat type kid that we all were. Yeah, we would get like 100 paintballs and have to play 3-on-3, and then you have to win the game with 100 paintballs. So you learn to move. You learn how to move. You learn the like instincts of other people. You know, you like shoot at a guy, he goes in, and you can move. Like, we learned all these things. We sort of like, I guess just the fundamentals of paintball early on through this sort of like weird experience. We didn't get to go, or I guess electronic guns weren't really a thing. They were just coming on, like the 2K2 LCD Angels and stuff like that were like the hot business of the time. The Intimidator was just coming up.
Yeah, whenever him and I started, I had a 2002 Intimidator, and I bought an Intimidator because I saw him playing with a white Texas Storm Intimidator.
Yeah. So Chitwood played for Texas Storm. I think he played D1 and Pro with them, maybe.
Yeah.
In the early NXL.
This is a good place to pause for a second.
Yeah.
This thing is cooking the back of my
We're gonna
head.
take a break.
Hey, what up? You're on the Mouldiwarp, and this is the JT Purple Eyes for the hardest drip droppers at the TriFrost Open on January 19th. We get 10 teams to sign up. I'm gonna give these goggles away to he who swaggeth the hardest. I wanna take the top 3 hardest dripping fools, and we're gonna put them one-on-one, and they're gonna battle it out for the sweet minty condish original Glenn's original foam JT Purple Eyes. Holla! Like that? Or should we do another one?
We're going.
Live. What up? The Mouldiwarp, episode 2. We're digging in. Shout out to Open Flame Coffee, Sundays Over Coffee, Paintball Club of Choctaw.
Wait, are we starting completely
Every
over?
Sunday morning, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Trevor's fucking my shit up. Now we're starting again. Well, I mean, just work with it.
These are the kind of organic moments that people want, Randall. They want the fucking...
What just happened?
Yeah.
I'm reckoning it.
What? We did the whole opening over again?
No?
You did, though.
Well, yeah. But we just like started. Maybe I'll make another one. Maybe I want to explain the Chitwood thing.
Oh, okay.
Hi. Listen, we already brought up Chitwood. We just need to expand on Chitwood.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest
Jesus
things...
Christ!
One of the biggest things he brought to all of us was gun skills. I mean, it wasn't just the fact that he was teaching us how to play on the field. He was teaching us how to control our gun at all times. I mean, starting every day off with playing pig and trying to beat your friend on, oh, I can shoot that penny or I can shoot that railroad tie, like whatever it was, every single day you started practice. Like, I feel like that was the fundamentals that we could build off of that people don't start with today.
None of this thumbs up, trigger ramping, walkie stuff.
Well,
It's
I
all
think...
pig
I don't know
for like 2 hours.
what you guys' situation was with him whenever you guys were playing, but like, again, for the first year and a half, 2 years that I played, it was strictly at his indoor field that was tiny.
Right.
So we didn't talk about like paintball theory or game situations or anything like that at all. Like, literally all we did for 2 years was
just get shot.
Gunfighting, get shot, work on your shot, work on your snapshot.
Timing.
Like, you can't shoot somebody off the break with no loader. Like, I didn't do any sort of like laning or anything the first 2 years of my career. All I did was get beat up by a guy with a pump in an indoor field for 2 years.
Yeah, like beat up. Not like physically beat up, but like, it wasn't soft.
We would play
it wasn't
20,
soft. Like,
20 one-on-ones in a row.
Yeah.
And I would lose
Every
20 one-on-ones in a row. Mind you, while the guy is answering the phone for the paintball field for people calling in and booking parties. Like, he would answer the phone, hold it up to his goggles like this, and then snap shoot me with a pump.
SL68. 2002.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, so the School of Chitwood, man, this guy, he has a history in Oklahoma paintball that touches numerous players that also have histories that filter throughout Oklahoma, like Robert Gay, Caleb Cross, Kyle White, all from Energy, Kyle Sykes, then Chad Kugel, who played with Brass Eagle All-Stars,
Yep.
Lee Cobb, who played with Brass Eagle All-Stars and Energy Kids, rest in peace, Lee. Trevor, playing pro, Texas Storm with Ryan Gray and Vince Thompson and Chris Burkhart. Yeah, Chitwood is like this sort of like centerpiece that touches all kinds of like Oklahoma paintball from the past generations, like pre-2000 into like our generation, which is like 2002 to 2005 and up.
But he definitely like has a huge part in my game even today. You know, I'm a very kind of like slippery, sneaky, try to outthink you kind of player.
Yes.
And I put myself into positions where I rely on like my first ball to be on if I get like busted by somebody. So if someone like takes off and spots me, my first ball has got to be on. And that is all 100% from Chitwood in those first 2 years of me playing.
Did he ever teach you a lesson that you didn't realize was taking place until like after a tournament or after the day was over?
Oh, 100%. You know, the indoor field had these 2 garage doors on it, and we would pop open the back garage door, and there was a train that would go by like literally 10 feet away from the back door.
Yeah.
And we had targets set up out there, and the drill that we would do, we would both sit in a chair similar to this with our guns, with no loader on it, 1 ball in it, and you had to keep your barrel pointed at the ground. And then he would say, now, and you have to pick your gun up and shoot a ball between the trains as they went by and hit the target. And it was all just like reaction and timing, like this. And I mean, that's half my game now. When I go up the middle and I set up a trap for somebody, it's all putting my barrel in a position where I think they're going to be, and when they take off, just react and shoot.
I remember that we were finally going to play an outdoor tournament after we'd been playing at the indoor forever.
Yeah.
And it was like summertime, and he said something like, well, make sure you put these sweatpants on underneath your dye pants. And I was like, it's hot outside. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't want to wear sweatpants. He's like, there will be stickers. Just don't worry about it. Just put the sweatpants on.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a year later when I realized that he was just trying to get bounces. He just wanted us to fucking have an extra layer on so we could get the bounce.
Yep.
And he was claiming, the stickers in the moat field at Adventure Zone were why we needed it. And I was just like, just sneaking lessons in. Like,
well, the cool thing about him too is because he played such a high level of paintball at the time, obviously to be good at anything like that, you have to have a very competitive attitude and a competitive personality.
Yeah, he's super competitive.
So even when we weren't playing paintball, like there was another guy that worked up there with me, his name was Landon Coe.
Yeah.
He was about, probably 4 or 5 years older than I was. When we weren't playing paintball, there was a giant big screen TV in there with an Xbox on it, and we were playing like the original Halo against each other.
Yeah.
And just like the shit talking and the competitiveness of us playing that game together, like everything that we did, it all trickled down to like these simple little moments of like being competitive and like kind of talking shit to each other, but in a constructive, kind of helpful way. It's not like anybody was condescending, but he was very quick to like push you to a competitive state, but then like poke and prod at you to try to like get the best out of you. And if it wasn't paintball, it was, it was video games. And if it wasn't video games, we were throwing a Frisbee outside, like talking shit to each other. Yeah. And I don't know, like that's just his personality, but he had this really weird way of like poking and pushing you to a point to bring the best out of you without it being condescending.
Yeah, and he accepted you. And it was like a time in our lives, like I think you were 12 to 14 in those first couple of years. We were 15 to 16, 17 at this time. Like I was working at the indoor at the same time Trevor was. It's someone it's an adult who gives you like the respect of an adult and holds you accountable and kind of gives you an identity and, but confidence also. He like kind of tore you down through just like blasting you in one-on-ones and embarrassing you. He breaks you down and then he builds you up and like, I think we all have kind of an absurd confidence because of this sport and our place in it within the state and in the region maybe. And a lot of that I think is from, is from him, what he brought to us. So
I would really like to sit down with him sometime and talk about it too, because I was so young.
Like, yeah,
at that
like
point.
where's he at now? He was even young. He was like 23.
Well, the thing that I want to know is, yeah, there was days that we would play 20 one-on-ones in a row, and he'd beat the piss out of me 20 one-on-ones in a row. But then there was always like that one time where I would sneak a ball in on him.
Yeah.
And I want to know today, like,
how mad he was.
Did I actually put that ball on you, or did you finally feel bad for beating the piss out of me for 2 days straight that you let me get one just so I could come back out and like have a little confidence to play?
I don't think he would do that at all.
Spent so much time with him. I don't think he ever gave anything away.
Yeah, I don't think so
either. He
either.
wanted to win regardless.
Nothing for
Dude,
free.
if I could win 2 out of 20 for the day, I felt so good about it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you learn to play. So many kids today are like, oh, well, I watched this video and I want to learn how to do this slide and all of these things. Like, you learn that stuff by playing. You just have to play. Yeah, that's what's up. School of Chitwood, Oklahoma paintball.
I'm sad for today's current generation because they didn't get to experience him. And like the closest thing that they're going to get from that is like learning from people like us that learn from him.
Yeah.
But he has just such like a weird, unique way of teaching people how to play this game. And the game, even at that point, was so young that you know he had a very unique mindset to the game and a very unique way to teach somebody how to become a good player. And everybody now, like, they don't get to experience that because he's off doing real life stuff and being an adult.
Shout out Mike Chitwood. We love you, Mike. The Mouldiwarp, episode 2. Subscribe. Thanks, y'all.
Why do you keep on trying to rap us?
Rapper? Because it's not, nobody's going to watch right now. Dude. Like 15 minutes maybe. Or we cut it up into smaller sections.
Every time you yell at the camera?
Yeah. That's in
But right? This is not the same land that somebody bought.
No.
10 years ago, 15 years
Not
ago.
at all.
Yeah, because this was like all the thorn tree bush shit. And we had to
Pricker
plow
bushes.
it. Yeah, plow
Those are
it.
so awful.
And fucking seed it. And de-root it. And
Ride the fucking redneck tube around to pull up all the roots.
yeah. The chain link fence behind the Trizza.
Mhm.
Classic. That shit was tight. I forgot about that. We did write up.
The redneck too.
Yeah, when you tie chain link fence to the back of a fucking pickup truck and go do donuts out in the field to get up roots, that's redneck tubing for sure.
Back in the day when we were like, I think maybe my brother was like 13 or 14, so I was probably 10-ish. My dad had like this big lifted truck, but behind Nakoma Park Junior High, there's like a hill.
Mhm.
So we went out there after it snowed. It was like a good snow. So we went out there and like packed the hill and like sledded on it and packed it.
Mhm.
And then we went back at night when it was like hard. And we pulled us on a tube on the truck and would like fly you up. The
Oh, that's tight.
fly you up the little ramp. It was
Drifting up it?
sick, Yeah. This guy had I don't know, like some skis that went on his rollerblades, like instead of the wheels, it was like a replacement.
Mhm.
Pulled him on those. That was pretty sick too.
So it's kind of like your catch and barrel
Yeah.
with the top coming over,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was sick.
getting pitted.
They never would let kids do that today.
Do they let kids like water tube still?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fucking whipping around those corners at like 45, 50 miles an hour and getting flung off.
The cool ones were the ones that like they would hit like a little wake
Yeah.
and then catch air and fly up in the air.